What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you right in the middle of the week. That means it's Wednesday night. It's time for these NNR Xfinity Series, guys. Ready to tackle the track at Phoenix International Raceway. Just like the trucks, they got it done last night. Well, now it's time for that middleweight class to go on out and get through these 6 rounds, I guess you can call it, of this title fight. Gonna try to decide who might get an early jump on this championship. As always, got my buddy old Expert Racing here in the booth. Expert, I'm pulling up some pretty important information that we're all going to want to see. Look at these points now up on screen. King Mathers, we talked about him over the last few weeks as, really catching fire right when it really matters. Same thing, PTH to go. Went like 3 or 4 wins in a row. Was just as the old basketball game said, anytime you made a whole bunch of shots all at once, they all went in, it'd go, "It's San Fuego." Well, man, I tell you what, that is what PTH, the GOAT and Combat Beast, and King Mathers and Commando Griff, those top 4 right now, leading this charge. But guess what? From King Mathers, your current leader, all the way back to old Tweeter, only 23 points. You want to talk about close with 6 races to go. First off, how you doing and who you got tonight, sir?
I mean, I'm doing great. It's another great night of NNR action, and looking at these point standings, you're exactly right. It's going to be a tough battle for a lot of these guys in the field. We know 11 of the playoff guys are showing up tonight, so these guys are going to really battle it out with how close these points are. There's so many great options here tonight from the guys that are here in the playoffs. King Mathers, PGH the GOAT, Combat Beast, Commando Griff, he was here in the booth with us last night. KFB 18, he's somebody I'm looking to see how well he can do. Yotes King, our buddy Yotes King, was here last week as well. So a lot of great guys who could possibly go out here and win tonight. And it's going to be a toss-up. I'm not too sure, but expect a great race overall. And once again, strategy is going to play a big factor.
Man, strategy is going to be huge. But like we saw last night with the trucks, something even bigger and something that actually Bowling seemed to really be watching out for all night long before grabbing the W, along with the stages, might add. But he was able to back off, let the 26 of Spoiled Milk just go on ahead. We thought Bowling maybe he was falling off or something happened. No, he backed it up, and the 26 wore his stuff out 2 or 3 laps short. Bowling was able to stroll on by, grab the W. He's the favorite to win the Cup Series championship, but I think it's too early to call a championship here in the Xfinity Series. Like J-Pa has been saying all season long, a whole lot of great parity in this series. You look at the wins. King Mathers 4, PTH the GOAT 4, Combat Beast 2, Commando Griff 1, Q-Dog 1, Baritone Boss 1, Cole 1, KFB 1, and then you got 4 guys on the bottom that don't have one during the season. Maybe they can strike a chord and get it done here in the playoffs or in the postseason, whatever you want to say. The one guy that you mentioned that will not be here tonight is guy normally in the 5 car, old Lil Tank. He unfortunately won't be here, won't be able to make it. But you do have all other 11 championship contenders ready to duel it out in the desert.
And with all these guys ready to duel it out, we saw great battling yesterday. At times, these guys were getting 2, 3, almost 4 wide at one point going to the dog leg yesterday. So if we thought the action was great in the truck series, the one series that has not disappointed all year is this Xfinity Series. It's going to be exciting tonight to be able to watch these guys go at it.
Absolutely. Vol's out there. Vols knows he's welcome here in chat. I guess after he gets some stuff settled down, he may join us. But he went ahead and subbed for 7 straight months. Vols, buddy, thank you very much for the sub. Also, NNR Bowling, last night's winner, saying, watch that 13 of Commander Griff. Man, how could you not? Griff was up here, like you said, in the booth last night. Got to watch, got to call a great race. maybe he was able to pick up on a couple of pointers. Who knows? But one thing he is going to go ahead and be careful of, and that is not to burn out his stuff too quick. You're going to have to maintain during qualifying. Definitely heard some people getting on a brake, sliding that right front, and not quite getting the line. You really want to get down as close to that inside wall underneath the yellow, slightly off track, going through 3 and 4, and as close as you can, or sometimes like we saw in the trucks last night, underneath that yellow, going through 1 and 2. So it's gonna be interesting to see who starts off at the bottom of the sliders, who starts off a little bit freer, and where they all meet in the middle. But one thing's for sure, when this is all said and done, we might have someone with a slight points advantage going into I believe it's Watkins Glen next week. But man, these I can't, as I look over these points, I still can't believe just how tight they are. But that also goes to show what great racing we've had all season long in the regular season.
Right here, still waiting for the invites. And I told you even before, it's been a long week. I've been really drowsy today, just been really tired, really out of it. But Pete, I just need something to pick me up, and I heard that you have something for me. So, what's the advice you got?
I do, and actually, all kidding aside, you said that you were feeling a bit down before the race kicked off. You said it's been kind of a long week, and I gotta agree with you. How about maybe a little bit of a pick me up, maybe a good old can of Rays. I tell you what, if you want to try out something that'll give you that boost all the way on that far right hand side, or is it up top? No, it's this can right here. This watermelon one right here, holy cow, that is caffeine in a can, but no sugar, no carb, all rush, and no crash later on. So if you got to do any of your graphics or artwork after it's all said and done, it'll help you through. You may not be able to get to sleep right after the race tonight, but I promise you, it'll be the pickup that you need. Guys, go on over to repsports.com, order yourself a case or two or whatever you think you might need, and when you get to checkout, put in promo code REPEAT1975. I'm going to take 15% right off the top, and I wish you well, man. I enjoy them. I absolutely do. I actually went on and ordered the Variety Pack 2 and Variety Pack 3 yesterday, as well as put my information in there for the Insiders pack. So I'll be trying out some of these brand new flavors before any of these stores. Looks like they are done with the lobby. Like you mentioned, qualifying's done. Their pre-race is all done. We should be getting the invite here in just a moment or two. We will have a couple of onboards tonight. We'll have Combat Beast as well as Cinepuse. Every now and then Cinepuse pops into the booth. This is a very, very important race. He's got to really, really focus, so he's going to do his thing. But man, it's either way, it's going to be a great race. There is the invite from Jay Pong. I'm going to go ahead and send you one now. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. Just excited to be able to see what these guys can do. We've been waiting for it all day, and certainly it's going to be worth the wait. And there we go, the invite right there. Can't wait to get it underway.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, Balls, buddy, thank you very much. Absolutely, RaysEnergy.com, RepSports.com, whichever one you go to. And absolutely, when you get to checkout, it's Repeat 1975. Man, you will not be sorry. As you can tell with all these empty cans here, I'm not sorry either. All right, so we're gonna get ready to line them up and see exactly where they go on their pace lap. J-Pod's been doing something a little different here lately, inviting the pole winner first. That way they get They get stall number 1. But we're going to go through the field. So it's going to be the 13. There's Commando Griff working his way to the outside. 98 of Master Killer with the 4-car PTH the GOAT. 9-car of Q-Dog, guy that led most of the points most of the season. 8-car of Combat Beast, again, another one strong all season long. 1-car of Cole 315, hashtag JPaw Militia. 22 of Yotes King. JPaw says he's the best 22 in all of NNR. 54, he's going to show both sides of that Twix tonight. KFB 18. 44 Baritone Boss with the 0. The 15 of King Mathers, your current points leader. There is the 0 of LXTX7. 11 of Cinepuse. There is the 10 of Old Tweeter. We're back up front. 13's your control car. 98 of Master Killer down low. 13 must have chosen the high side. We're about ready to call this thing. They're going down the backstretch right now, buddy. You ready to call this thing green?
I'm very excited to be able to call this thing green. The 13 choosing that high side, that lets us know something that, hey, these guys can't go down below to that bottom side of the dog leg until after they cross the line. The 13 feels confident he can get the momentum and the jump to be able to cross across that 98's nose. But we're heading down the back straightaway. You can see Rattlesnake Hill in the back there. These guys are all lined up. They're fired up. These guys don't have to deal with King Mathers for a few laps here in the beginning, but trust me, he'll be making his way up there. But with that being said, coming off the final corner, we are here at Phoenix and we are green. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. As the 13 crosses the line here, he's going to get us underway. And like I said, he's going to be able to clear going into turn 1, 13 with a pretty good lead so far.
Yeah, got about a car length and a half over the 98 of Master Killer and the 9 of Q-Dog. Charging to the outside of that 98. He's going to go ahead and take P2 all to his lonesome. 98 down low. He's got 2 tires underneath the yellow line. Here comes the 1-car Cole 315. I believe behind him is going to be that 4 PTH the GOAT. 3 very, whoa, I'm guessing something happened in the back. The guys just seemed like all of a sudden they hit the brakes, but not quite sure what happened. Most of the cars still seem like they're inside this pack. Let's see if we can't maybe work our way to the back a little bit, find somebody that might
It's going to be King Mathers,
yeah.
Actually. That 15 is beat up already off of lap number 1.
Yeah, this 15 Flex Seal car, if that's what it is, that hood is crunched. He's going to be spending a little extra time on pit road to get that damage fixed. Probably didn't start where he wanted to. Not quite sure who he tangled with in this first round of this middleweight fight. I just something that hit me earlier. You know, the truck guys, I'm kind of likening them to like the welterweight or lightweight or whatever. The Xfinity guys, featherweight, there we go. The Xfinity guys, kind of a middleweight class, and tomorrow night we're going to see the heavyweights battle it out right here. But yeah, as you mentioned, Rattlesnake Hill, where a lot of people go to enjoy the race from up high, see everything back from up there. Man, it's this whole place is amazing to watch from what I've seen, you know, on TV through all the years. Whether it's Phoenix International Raceway or if it's, you know, ISM or whatever, it's a great watch, and there's always a little bit of strategy involved. Now, Bowling earlier, he said watch out for that 13 of Commander Griff. He wasn't kidding. Griff took the pole. He took the lead. He's leading everybody on down pit road. I imagine, you know, the 15 car of King Mathers, he'll more than likely be the last one to come off, but it also might give us a glimpse at who he tangled with. Yeti, what's going on? Vol's saying, yep, we just started, and I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count next time we come on by. But all in all, 200 laps here under the sun.
And you're exactly right. And something that I'm looking out there in chat, and something that, you know, we kind of talked a little bit, stayed in chat a little bit after the race last night, and something that was kind of joked about, but I'm guessing based off of Bowling's testimony right now came to fruition. Bowling saying out there, I put in over 100 laps and fine-tuned a setup for him that him being Commando Griff, he says, watch that rocket ship tonight. So we heard a little bit of the rumors last night about him and Bowling working together. I'm thinking he did a little bit more than learn something from watching last night. He might have got himself a setup and watch him to try to sail away here.
It's going to absolutely be possible. We're going to go ahead and work our way back up to that 13. Looks like the 9 of Q-Dog, he's going to be starting on the inside. He took the place of the 98 of Master Killer. So coming through the last couple corners, getting back into that raised restart zone. They are fired up, just same as you would be after a good old cold can. Heading towards 1 and 2, Expert. Here we go again.
And once again, now that 9's going to try to stick with him a little bit more. That inside got a better restart this time around, but that 13 too fast on the high side. He's going to be able to clear off the corner and get the run. These guys all battling side by side behind him. 9, 98 side by side, diving down into turns 3 and 4. Behind him, you can see these pack of cars. They're all fanning out. Expect that to continue down on the front straightaway as they head completely through the dog leg. Some guys trying to get down there as far to the inside as they can. 98 still stuck on the outside, trying to get a run on the outside of the 9. These guys still battle side by side. Well, that 13 tries to sail away.
Yeah, 13 trying to sail away. Another guy that's trying to get up there to do the same exact thing is this 4-car PTH, the GOAT. He's following the 9 and following the 98. As you said, down across the dog leg. That just goes to show just how fast these guys are getting around old Phoenix. Track's probably pretty slick. Got the 1 car of Colt 315 in the rear view for that 4-car. He's driving that Oreos. He was joking around a little bit in practice, saying anybody that got close enough, he was going to give him some Oreos. I think Cole might be driving a little bit on the defensive side, saying, man, don't come up, don't try to side draft me. Not exactly sure what that meant, but we might be looking for Cole to maybe ruffle a couple feathers, maybe crack a few of those Oreos, dunk them in somebody's milk, maybe to take a lead, who knows? But everybody's all strung out, coming down the backstretch one more time. 13 still your leader.
And you're exactly right. And I'd never want to bet against Commando Griff, especially with how good he's looking right now. But somebody I'm also looking at, he's been a favorite of mine ever since he came into the league so far this year. That 4 of PTH the GOAT, he's worked his way up into P number 3. And now he's trying to make some work as he tries to go and catch that 9 right here for P number 2. So watch him as he tries to move through the field.
Yeah, the 4-car, he started off, I think, P4, P5, now worked his way up to P number 2, or I'm sorry, P3, riding behind the 9 of Q-Dog. Q-Dog, he's got a lot to prove also. He spent most of the season in the number 1 spot as far as points go. He wants that points lead back. He knows that he's going to have to fight for it. He's got King Mathers. He's got PTH GOAT. He's got Commander Griff. He's got, so many that are top-notch here in this Xfinity series, where we've seen all season long anybody in this field can go and take a win at any point. Right now, still, everybody chasing that 13. Here is that battle between the 9, 4, the 54, the 98, and that 1 car. They just continue to duel it out. Whole lot of clean air up front, though.
And that's going to be the one thing that's going to allow the 13 to have a bit of an advantage. That 4 had to battle his way through traffic. Meanwhile, the 13's been able to sit in clean air and get comfortable up there. The big question is that setup that he was given from Bowling. Of course, we know Bowling for being a long run guy, but how well can Commando handle this car on the long run? Can he be able to stretch it out like we saw Bowling do last night? That's going to be a big question as we make our way through stage 1.
Well, Bowling, he put it out there in chat that him and Commander Griff have 2 completely different driving styles. But Bowling was all out last night during stage 1 and stage 2 because they were able to break the stage right down the middle and didn't have to worry a whole lot about tire wear. Stage 3 was where Bowling really laid it out there, and he made the 26 of spoiled milk. If he wanted the lead, he was going to have to abuse his stuff, and that's exactly what happened. With like 2 or 3 to go, spoiled milk in that truck had to go on down pit road, while Bowling was able to finish it out with what he had. 30 laps to go here in stage number 1. Still the same top 2, top 3, 13 leading new second place car, 4-car PTH to GOAT, 9 of Q-Dog, with the 1 of Colt 315 rocking that Oreo car in P number 4.
And right here, a bunch of guys. I'm looking at a battle back here in the back. A bunch of guys all together. The 11 of Cinepews, our good buddy back here. He's racing in a big pack of about 6 cars all together. And at the back of this pack is the championship leader, King Mathers. He's going to be actually making a move to the inside of this 11. He's going to think better of it for the moment, but no, he's going to continue to dive it in here off of 3 and 4. Mathers is going to try to beat him to the line this time by through the dog leg. He's going to try to find a way to complete the pass here, get a good run here in 1 and 2. He is going to be able to clear him, and now he's got to get set up and try to make his way into the pack of 4 that's in front of him.
You know, I'm very, very surprised looking at the front end of this 15 car that when he went down pit road for that manual caution, he didn't spend those extra couple of seconds or minutes, or definitely not minutes, but extra few seconds, maybe 15, 30 seconds, to get this Camaro fixed up. The hood still looks really, really buckled, unless he did fix it up, just the game's graphics didn't update it for him on track. But 15 to King Mathers able to pull right ahead of that 11 car of Cinepews, trying to keep up with the rest of the pack. They are on the lowest draft possible, I believe, running 100% distance. Still the 2 times wear, 2 times fuel. Still watching these guys try to work their way through the field. There's the 0 of LXTX7 right in front of that 15. And 8 car of Combat Beast up there right behind the 1 of Cole.
And Combat Beast, he's trying to set himself up for a great points day as well. He's one of the playoff guys that is looking to try to make his playoff run even better. And with King Mathers struggling so far in this race, it's a great opportunity for a lot of these guys to try to break into that 23-point lead from first all the way to 12th. So a lot of these guys that are in the playoffs, they're looking at this possibly for an opportunity, saying, hey, you know, if he's going to have a bad race, this could be a huge opportunity for us. And I believe looking at the point standings, I mean, if PGH the GOAT has a great points day and King Mathers falls off, we could have a new points leader at the end of the night as well.
Yeah, we absolutely could. Got to say a big hello to Tartar Pokemon, Tree Wade, and big welcome to JHammer93. Welcome to NNR, sir, home of the best preset league on Xbox. Man, thank you very much for hitting that follow button. Make sure you find us on Twitter as well, either at NNR Sim League for the entire league. You go to nnrleague.com, take a look all around there, especially the Zazzle Tap. Find your favorite NNR merch. But man, this is the middle of the week for NNR. These are the Xfinity guys tomorrow night. Again, we're going to see that heavyweight bout right back here with the Cup guys starting about 8:30. Make sure you leave those notifications on. But one more time, JHammer93, big welcome, and thanks again, sir. Mama Balls, good to see you out there. Thanks for coming on out one more time. And Rock NASCAR, just in case I didn't say hello earlier, hello, sir. Good to see you also.
Right here, looking on track at another battle that is being shown once again, is now this 0 of LXTX. He got passed by the 15 of King Mathers. Mathers now looking to chase down the 22. So he's slowly but surely making his way through the field. He must have heard what I said and it motivated him a little bit more. But that 15 trying to get up through the field, making his number 1 fan. Our good buddy Vol's proud out there. He's usually the guy that Vol's picks. I believe that was actually Vol's pick for tonight as well. So King Mathers, he's got his work cut out for him. But of course, he is somebody you definitely can't bet against.
Yeah, I don't know. I think earlier in the stream, Vol said he wished that he could have jumped in the race and subbed for the 5 car of Lil Tank. That way he could beat up on Mathers. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's kind of what he said. but I could be wrong. A little bit of instability in the lobby, cars dancing all around. Hopefully this isn't that bump that we are unfortunately very, very knowledgeable of. It's only about quarter after 9, so not quite 10 o'clock yet. But big welcome to everybody out there in chat. J-Pod, thank you very much for the 13 bits representing the 13 car Commando Griff. 44 bits for the one and only Baritone Boss, and 98 for the one and only Master Killer. J-Pod, thank you very much, sir.
And one thing I want to point out, of course, Commando Griff's out here and he's showing out, but, you know, I brag on this 4 all the time, and he's catching that 13 little by little. But something we have to keep in mind, out of all the short tracks that we have gone to this year, this being another one that we're at here today, one thing that you have to look at, especially if you're trying to see who could form a pattern, who could be a guy that has been successful at short tracks, who could come here and take another short track win. Well, there's only one guy this season that has won at 2 short tracks, and he's sitting in P number 2 right now. That for PTH the GOAT. He won at Bristol and Iowa in back-to-back weeks of race 20 and race 21, and now here at race 25, the first of the playoffs, he has a chance to take his 3rd short track win. So watch for him as he continues to catch that 13.
Yeah, he's definitely catching the 13. 13's got a little bit of traffic that looks like he might be having some problem getting into and getting through the corner. Not quite sure if they're on new tires or what the case is. 15 laps to go, and as I ride along with the 11 of Cinepuse, I'm looking at about 39 on my right front, 27 on the right rear, and the left sides are about even, right around the middle of the tread, 55, 56%. So all these guys should be coming on down pit road very, very soon. I don't believe they can make it the rest of the way, at least for sure, on the right rear. The right front, maybe 14 more to go.
And we can already see guys going down pit road and coming off of pit road. The one of Cole, he's down pit road. The 15 of King Mathers. So a lot of these guys, their idea is probably to try to split this in half, or possibly pit a little bit earlier to see if they can gain a little bit of time on the rest of their competition. Right here you can see lap traffic could be affecting that 13 as well. He no longer has the clean air. He's behind guys that is affecting his line. Him getting in their draft can really make him tight on entry of the corner, and that is really helping that 4 try to catch him, because that 4 has been in traffic this entire time, and now that he's to the back of the 13, he's in his wheelhouse here. But the 13, he's going to enter pit road, and that 4 is going to follow him. He's saying, you're not getting away that easy. Both these guys going in for a short pit strategy.
Yeah, that 4 car definitely closed in quite a bit on the back end of that 13 coming down pit road. Depending on this forever questionable RNG, I guess we could say, the 13 car, he could have a 14.2 second pit stop, while the 4 could have a 16.2. You never know coming down to the pits. Now, they did have a manual caution earlier. They got a little bit of a chance to make make some adjustments to the car. There you see the difference. Not the 13 car started on the pole. 4 car of PTH the GOAT looks like he started in P number 4, P5. We've seen some others come on out earlier. Looks like the 4 car, he's going to take just right side tires, while that 13, he's going to go ahead and take 4. With just about 10 laps to go, we'll have to see how this 4 car fares. If he didn't practice this, I have a feeling that Camaro is going to be super loose, and he might just have an issue. Oh, he looks like he got a speeding penalty, had to come on back around, or something happened, and the GOAT is back on pit road.
I believe it was actually, and this was something that had me concerned a little bit, but I wasn't going to question it until an announcement came out, is that Commando Griff entered before turn 1, which was dubbed by J-Paw on how you're supposed to enter pit road is before turn 1. That 4 the 13 dropped down as late as he could to try to make sure that 4 stayed out. The 4 probably got called for an illegal entry of pit road, so that might have been what that penalty is. He had to go back in, and right here you can see he might be going 1 down right here.
Well, we're going to try to catch back up right now to our new leader. Actually, there he is right in front of the 8 car of Combat Beast. That was the 22 of Yotes King. So we'll have to see how he cycles all back through. But quite a few cars came down just a little bit earlier than he did. So they were out there on those 4 freshies full of fuel, or maybe just as much as they needed to keep these cars nice and light. There goes the 11 of Cinepuse. He's going to go ahead and duck on down pit road before everybody else got to his back bumper. And it looks like as 11 went down pit road, he was your leader. So we're going to see how it all cycles out.
And right here going through, you can see right now the 13 is probably in the best position, especially if he cycles out to the lead. He's already got what would be the 4 1 lap down. A lot of these guys having to fight their way back through traffic. So right now he probably has, at this moment, in my opinion, his toughest competition 1 down. But that doesn't cancel out anybody else. One guy that we've seen over the past few weeks not have the best runs, but has still been a big championship contender, that 9 of Q-Dogs. He's up here in what should be P2 if they cycle out correctly. He could be a guy to keep an eye on, as well as he has just been sitting there trying to catch that 13.
Yep, actually, looking back, it looks like the 10 car was the leader right there. He's down pit road, so we'll see who this cycles back to. It seems like whoever cycles last with 5 laps remaining here in stage number 1, they've been able to take turns leading at least 1 lap. So the 10 car, he's on pit road, still the leader. The new leader hasn't come by just yet, riding on board with the 8 car of Combat Beast to see where he's going to be. Right now he's showing in P number 7, and new leader 54 in that double Twix, just ahead of this 13. And oh, by the way, 54 came down 2 laps earlier than the 13. Goes to show just how much fresh rubber really means around here.
Yeah, and we're about to see how much fresh rubber also means, as that 13 caught him a whale of a big amount of time there in turns 3 and 4. Now he's going to try to do it again here in 1 and 2, and look at the difference 2 laps makes on entry right there. You can see how that 13 was just able to drive it in a lot harder. And that 54 is about to have trouble, as that 13 is trying to catch him here. He's now to the back bumper.
Yeah, that 13's got to be able to get back in the throttle just a little bit earlier than that 54. They both cut down very, very shallow into the dog leg. 13's definitely got to be able to lift just a little bit later, try to outbrake him. There he goes, sliding underneath the 54. 54's going to try just a little bit of contact, maybe a little bit of a side draft. No such luck. 13 back to the lead. KFB 18 sitting P number 2, and I believe that's going to be Cole sitting back there in P number 3. Going to cycle through right now just to double check. Nope, it's actually going to be the 9 car of Q-Dog, your points leader for most of the season, before about 2 races to go here in the regular season. Again, guys and gals out there in chat, this is the first race of 6 to determine your NNR Xfinity Series champion. We saw Bolin get it done last night, almost solidifying his championship bid. That is going to be stage number 1 now in the books. 13, 54, 9 car of Q-Dog going to be first through third. Man, what a great stage, Expert.
And you're exactly right. A great stage, and a great win for Commando Griff, being able to start out the playoffs with a stage 1 win and already got himself in a position to win another one here in stage 2. These guys are going to rack them and stack them back up, and we're about to have a fun stage 2 as well.
Yeah, man, I absolutely can't wait. So, Commando Griff, KFB 18, Q-Dog, Cole 315, Combat with your top 5. Yotes King, King Mathers, Master Killer, LXTX7, Baritone Boss, your top 10, Cinepuse, Old Tweeter, and PTH the GOAT is going to be your full rundown. Again, 13 cars out here on track. Way to get it done, and like you said, we're going to rack and stack them back up here at Phoenix. Stage 2 now underway. Let's go ahead and unfurl that flag. Expert, take a screen.
And here we go, the 13 and the rest of the pack, they're getting going once again here. 54 and 13 making contact side by side. These guys now looking to almost make it 3 wide. Q-Dogs was about to make that move down below the dog leg, but it didn't work. 54, 13, still more contact here outside of 2, still side by side off the corner. That 9 just looking, who's the best guy to push? He's going to go with the 54, this time by down the back straightaway. 54 looking to make a power move. I think that's an HD Motorsports line as we exit off the corner, still side by side as we hit the line, and I couldn't even call who led that one.
Boy, that could have been too close to call. But after the end, at the exit of that dog leg, they are right back side by side. 13 to the inside left corner panel of that 54. Could not hold him back, couldn't pull him back. 54 is going to go ahead and lead possibly for the second time tonight. And it's going to put the 13 of Commando Grip back to P2. 9 car of Q-Dog in P number 3. And they have just completely fanned out all the way across the track. I believe that's going to be the Oreo car sitting there in P number 4. And Yotes King sitting there in P5.
And right here, we're looking at this, the battle for second. A big problem for Commando Griff. He keeps getting side drafted by that 9. Now he looks to try to clear him as that 1 of Cole gave him a huge push down the back straightaway. He's able to clear for P2, and we know he wants to reel that 54 back in.
Yes, he does. 54 not quite pulling away the same as we saw the 13 do early in stage 1. 13 on default was clearly the class of the field, able to maintain the most, even though the 4-car PTH the GOAT was hunting him down, was not able to get to his back bumper. As they always say, catching somebody is one thing, passing them is something completely different. If you got a fast car, as you work your way through the field, you start to come across cars that are stronger and stronger. They're in that position for a reason. The 4-car PTH the GOAT, unfortunately, had to go back in, serve a black flag penalty for not pitting in the right way. As we watch the 1 now of Colt 315 get on by, get on under the 9 of Q-Dog. He's now sitting in P3 trying to get back to that 13. 13 still trying to race down that 54.
And right here, looking in the back, a big battle with a group of guys back here. The 22 of Yotes King, the 0 of LXTX, the 98 of Master Killer, the 15 of King Mathers. All these guys back here behind this lead pack trying to battle their way inside the top 5. A big group of top contenders all here battling it out. You can see them fan across the dog leg, and that's a popular tool that we've seen not only here in NNR, but of course in real life as well. These guys carrying it over into tonight's league race, and that's a very useful tool for these guys, whether it's to carry momentum, try to get a little bit more position. I mean, we even know the fastest way around the track is the shortest way, so you know.
Oh yeah, the shortest way around the track is always the fastest, or so you would think. But you go to a place like Bristol or whatever, where now the groove is completely changed. The high side is actually the fastest. The bottom is no longer there unless they got that PJ7 or whatever down to make it sticky, so they can carry that speed all the way into, through, and off the center of the corner. But man, these guys are absolutely tearing up this dog leg. No matter who I'm on, they are leaving the actual track surface alone. There's not going to be any rubber built up on that track going through the dog leg. It's all going to be down low.
And right here, these guys all fanning out near 3 wide in the back for a little bit, and I think that four is starting to make his way up here. I think he might have gotten the lucky dog. He might be on the lead lap. Don't quote me on that, because of course we don't have that good old telemetry telemetry scanner, I guess would be the ticker or whatever you want to call it, that we could definitely use right now. But that 4 is making his way up through the field. He now is in this battle with those group of guys that we were looking at earlier, as he tries to make his way to the inside the 98. Now makes a power move to try to get inside the 22, but he is definitely trying to see if he can make moves around these guys up here.
Well, I'll tell you what, earlier we saw the 15 of King Mathers trying to work his way through. If there's 2 cars out here that could navigate their way just on the speed that they showed earlier in stage number 1, it would be the 4-car PTH to go and the 15 of King Mathers. I've got that echo again coming through. Not quite sure if it's on your phone or what, but yeah, it kind of sounds like I'm talking an old style squawk box. There we go. Now it's cleared up. Sorry guys out there in chat if you were able to hear that. If you couldn't, then no big deal. If it was just me, well then it can stay as it was. If it was helping you call this with me. But man, look at this, 3 wide just about between the 22 of Yotes. He got a little too tight getting into the corner. 4-car PTH the GOAT. He's going to be able to slide on underneath the 98 of Master Killer, and that once more opened up the door for the 15 of King Mathers.
And contact in the back. The 98, the 11 of Centipede both making contact. 98 gets in the wall. So these guys stacking up right there, heading into 3 and 4, causing a little bit of contact with these guys. That's going to split that pack up a little bit, but that 4 is trying to sail away now as he makes his way into the top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally back into the top 5 after that pit road penalty. J-Paw out there saying, hey, quick reminder, $10 Amazon code to a random commenter. That means y'all out there in chat, all you got to do is put a message out there. Say hi, or if you got a favorite, if you got a horse in this show, name them. Random, a $10 Amazon code to a random commenter if a hashtag JPOP Militia member wins. So again, you're talking about the 1, you're talking about the 9, you're talking about the 13, talking about the 98, talking about the 44. Any of those cars win, you got yourself a $10 Amazon card courtesy of the one and only driver Double Deuce that you'll see tomorrow night, old J-Paw. J-Paw, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. We're going to keep going through the field, just now catching up with the 8-car Combat Beast. Expert, I'm kind of surprised. Combat all season long, he's been up inside the top 5, really dueling it out. He hasn't really been able to leave the back of the pack per se. All throughout stage 1 now into stage 2.
Yeah, and it's been very unfortunate for him, but we see a lot of top guys that we're used to seeing up front struggling today so far. Heck, our points leader struggling. The 98 of Master Killer, he's struggling. We thought he was going to be a favorite to possibly try to go out there and win Darlington. The 22 of Yotes King, one of our good friends sitting right there, is Xenopuse. A lot of guys who have shown speed to be able to go up here and run with some of these guys. You can see struggling now. So right now with these guys, it just has to be about consistency. You got to try to get the best finish that you possibly can. Even if you don't have winning speed, a top 5 is better than finishing outside the top 10 any day.
Absolutely, and I got to keep this going for the one and only Vols out there in chat. Says, you know what? Since the Plan B car is running, I'm going to go ahead and try to find it right now. Unless you already know. There it is. Landing right on the hood. There it is. The 9 car of Q-Dog. Again, I know I keep saying it, but he was the series points leader for most of the year. He is driving that Camaro for all it's worth. And Vol says, you know what, J-Pa, I'll tell you what, since the Plan B sales car is running, if he wins, I'll give a random commenter a free diecast. Guys, go on over to planbsales.com and use promo code VolsFan88 for free shipping on any diecast that you purchase. I actually went about a week and a half ago and ordered myself a 2002 Terry Labonte Got Milk car, and it was the first day that Vols had that promo out there. It saved me almost $10 in shipping. Trust me, y'all, it works. Again, planbsales.com, promo code VolsFan88 for free shipping. Man, Vols, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate you.
Watching these guys on track now catching up with the one of Cole. He has made his way up to this top 3 as the 54 might have gotten loose or something might have happened to him. He just did not have a good exit off of turn number 2, and that allows the 13 to pick up the lead, but the 1 is right on his back bumper. And expect these guys to try to battle it out here as I'm not sure. I believe we have a caution coming out.
Yeah, I think whatever you saw happen there is the reason for the caution as they got to the stripe that time. 20 laps to go. So 20 laps to go with the speed, the tires, the fuel. They will all be good to go with one trip down pit road right here. So 13 of what are they doing here? Maybe showing a little displeasure. I don't know what that is. Or are they still? I don't know.
I'm not too sure. They definitely aren't going full pace. I can tell you that one. But I mean, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Okay, I'm guessing maybe the 54 was in the catbird seat when the caution came out. 54 led up to pace speed, and the 13 and the 1 went on by. That's kind of my guess. So the 13 and the 1 had to let him get back to the point, but we should see pit road open up this time by 54, 1, and 13 should all go on down pit road for 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. Top it off, and then get ready to race it out for the end towards the end of stage 2.
You're exactly right, and these guys all being stacked up together, that's going to provide a new challenge for that 13. He already had a problem getting the jump off the start to try to race that 54. He spent the whole beginning of this stage trying to catch him. Now that a caution's come out, he has a chance to be able to race him off the start once again. But a big question is that does he have the speed? Can he be able to do it? He didn't get it done last time. And also, he's going to be more than likely starting on the outside for this restart. Can he get a good of enough jump on the outside to be able to get a run into turns 1 and 2?
It'll be interesting. I mean, we've seen people push on that outside in order to try to get the guy on the outside to the point. Now, when these guys pit and they take a full fuel load, they get 36 laps on a tank of gas. We'll have to remember that later on in case fuel strategy comes into play. But Expert, I would imagine most of these guys, they're going to take 4 tires. But at the same token, I would imagine that they're only going to take enough fuel to get them to the end of the stage. No sense in having an extremely heavy car bogging you down while somebody else is a half a tank lighter than you. So everybody making their way off of pit road. I'm going to work our way back up to the leaders. Looks like it's going to be the 13 of Commander Griff, 54 of KFB 18. 54, he's going to go ahead and looks like choose the bottom side. The rest of the field trying to catch up to our front row cars. More than likely going to come around one more time so everybody can catch up if we're not already there.
These guys looking to double up here pretty soon. I think there may be a discrepancy possibly on who was the leader at the time of caution. Of course, the 54 checked up and the rest of the guys kept going around. So not sure what's going on here, but these guys looking to get lined up pretty soon. It looks like to be the case here, but still there could be an issue going on with that side. But either way, these guys now getting back single file as we wait for this restart.
Yeah, actually, I think there was a lap down car. I just saw him go whipping on by the 54 into 13. So lap car going ahead and getting his lap back. Since it wasn't a game caution, they had to do it manually. So that's the reason for this extra pace lap or these extra pace laps. I imagine that they'll get going here pretty soon. Looks like it's going to be one more lap under pace speed. 54.13, the 1 car Cole 315 with the 0 of LXTX7, the 9 of Q-Dog, the 4 car of the GOAT, and then I believe it's going to be the 22 back there. So all racked and stacked back up. We'll have to see if this 54's got the sticky stuff under those Eagle Feel Goods to try to get a great launch. This 13's been stout all race long. The 1 car, he's no slouch. He's been coming up through. 0, I think he's in the top 5 for the first time. 9 of Q-Dog, he's there. And, of course, that 4 car has been showing a lot of speed as well. Down the backstretch here, Expert. Get ready to take a screen, sir.
And here we go. That Twix 54 Toyota machine getting ready to hit the restart zone here. Here in the Raise Energy restart zone, these guys are going to hit the well, we may get another pace lap.
Yeah, it looks like one more pace lap just to make sure they've got everything ironed out. Nope, they were actually going at the line. So J-Paw kind of calling an audible right there. 54, he definitely he got a great hole shot. 13 of Commando Grip, he's going to fill in right there. P2, 1 car Cole 315, P3, 9 car Q-Dog, and that Plan B Sales Camaro to the outside. He's going to try to take P3 from the 1, no such luck. First and second, still nose to tail, double file behind them. Everybody coming through the dog leg.
And that's going to, once again, that tool down there using the dog leg, that's going to be big here for a lot of these guys. And right here, a little bit of contact between the 54 and 13. The 13 giving them a little bit of a shove there as we near 10 laps to go. But here we go, down into 3 and 4. That 54 going to slide up a little bit. 13 looking to carry the momentum through the dog leg. He's going to see if he can get a run into turns 1 and 2. And he's going to be looking low here. That 54 still going to be the leader off of turn 2, though.
Yeah, 54 seems like he was able to get a pretty good launch, getting back in the throttle through the center of the corner and off. Able to hold off that 13. 13's been better getting into the braking zones. So the 54 able to roll, but 13's able to get right back to his corner, coming through the dog leg one more time. 1 car, Cole 315, keeping right up with these guys. So Cole's got a pretty good piece. He's got a win on the season. He could be spoiler between these two that have definitely led the most laps. One's going to stick on down with his hashtag JPOW Militia team member. 13 not quite able to get into the brakes just before as the 54 came on down, slammed that door shut. One more time through the dog leg. 13 challenging to the inside. They're going to go side by side into turns 1 and 2.
And right here, we know that he really doesn't want to, but that 13, he has to realize his best shot. He's going to have to try to give that 54 a little bit of a bump. He's going to have to force him high. And there we go. Right there, like I said, he probably didn't want to, but here we go. 13 gives him that bump, lets him know that he's taking the position now. Here we go, 13 back to the point, and his J-Pop Militia teammate in that 1 looking to follow him. But wait a minute, where did he come from? Look at the guy battling to the outside for P number 3. That's the 4 PTH, the GOAT, back with the recovery, and we're about to be 3 wide for second there for a second.
Yeah, PTH the GOAT definitely making a big charge. Now everybody's had that it should be all the time they needed in order to make their cars right. 13 of Commander Griff back up top when it really matters. 8 laps to go. We saw the 54 get very, very close back to the rear bumper of this 13, but was not able to pay back that little bump and run. 13's going to try to dive on down, little slidey, little slidey, listen to me, a little slideways, I should say, going through the corner, either that or just a little bit of instability in the lobby. Yeah, we're seeing these cars jerk left and right, no contact with the walls, no lag damage, nothing like that. He's going to be able to keep the lead through all that. We're going to work our way back to the 4, the 9 and company, see exactly who is where. Top 5 all strung out for the most part. 9 car Q-Dog sitting in that 5th place.
And right here at 6 to go, the big question is that 4 was a hard charger last time to try to go after that lead. Does he have enough to do it now? He's looking on the outside of the 54. seeing if he can get a run to try to make a pass. He's there outside of the 54. Here comes the 4 of PTH, the GOAT, looking to make a pass. 54 going to job it down, but that 4 is going to carry the momentum to the outside. Here we go with 5 laps to go. That 13 hoping the 54 can just hold him up, but it's not going to happen. 4 able to clear for P2, and now the mission is simple. He's got through the field. He's got to P2, and now coming to 4 laps to go, he has an opportunity to try to go catch that 13 and try to go get himself a stage win.
Tell you what, big, huge props to that 4 car of PTH to go. He had an issue getting on pit road. Of course, the caution or 2 definitely helped him, but able to rebound mostly on track, I would imagine, and pull right back up to where he was when he got that, when he had to serve that pass-through penalty. Man, that just goes to show that the 4 car's got a car. I'm sorry, the 4 car is here to contend. But man, we said it earlier, saying it again. Catching somebody's one thing, passing them completely different.
I mean, you're completely right, and that's one thing that Ford knows, is that he's got to be able to catch him in a right amount of time and give himself at least a set of corners to be able to set up a pass. Right here, we're coming to 2 to go, and that gap, even though he's eating into it, I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time here. But of course, don't throw that out of your mind yet. That 13 still has a lap and a half in which a mistake could occur.
Yeah, looking forward now from that 4 car of PTH to go, and looking behind him, he has got a cluster of cars trying to run him down. 54, the 1, the 9, and many others all back there with him. Last lap, I believe. 4 car, I don't think he's going to have the mustard. Those rookie stripes on this 4 Camaro mean absolutely nothing. He's done a phenomenal job. But the 13 of Commander Griff, as you mentioned, up here in the booth last night, he watched Bowling get it done. He's going to go ahead and get it done to repeat what Bowling did. Stage 1 winner, Stage 2 winner, Commander Griff. Congratulations to the 13 so far, leading both stages. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick little commercial break. Allow old Expert and I to kind of rehydrate. I got a big old pack of Baja Berry mix. My wife told me I was nuts for drinking it now, but yeah, man, gotta do it. We'll be right back, guys and gals. Please keep it right here.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat Preset League on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to nnrleague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
Not missing a thing, going back green right now. 13 got a huge jump on the 4. 4 car might have been caught sleeping, or he was in the wrong gear. Either way, he's going from the outside back to about P5, sitting here fighting with the 1 Oreo machine, or Oreo Camaro, for Cole 315. He's definitely going to have some work to do, sitting right in front of the 15 of King Mathers. There you see the 11 of Cinepuse, one of our onboards. Big thank you to him, as well as the 8 car of Combat Beast, for keeping us up to date with laps and everything else. 106 laps to go here in stage number 3. We're going to go ahead and unfurl that flag. Expert, we're back under green. They're on the backstretch. Here we go.
And you're exactly right. And right here, we saw the bump and run to win stage 2 from that 13 to the 54. And now it looks like deja vu. But right now, the cars are flipped. The 54, he is now the hunter, with the 13 being the hunted. And here we go. The 54 still all over his back bumper. He could make a move here for P number 1 in just a few short laps.
I tell you what, that 9 car of Q-Dog is closing and closing fast. If that Camaro had any issues earlier, well, I tell you what, they are not showing. He spent some time, just like the 15 of King Mathers, got that thing fixed up. He has all kinds of Plan B power. He says, I'm moving on to Plan B. Whatever he had as far as the initial setup, maybe it wasn't working, trying something else, or maybe got a little bit of advice from that 13, his hashtag JPOD Militia teammate, to get back up there and try to get into a little bit more contention. And as we talk about contention, there is the 54. Looking to the inside of the 13. 13 completely diamonding out the corner. Hard on a throttle, coming off the corner, going down the backstretch, getting into turns 3 and 4, first through third, nose to tail.
And these guys, this is a big points battle for a lot of them. KFB definitely needing the points. He's on the lower half of that top 12, so every point for him matters, especially with Mathers, like we mentioned before, not having the best race. So for a lot of these guys near the bottom of the points, or even some of the guys trying to get up and say, hey, I'm going to take the points lead here, this is going to be huge. Right now, looking at the standings, I think Commando Griff is sitting in a great position, getting max points stage 1 and stage 2. We could be seeing a new points leader if he sweeps the entire race.
Yeah, we'll actually go ahead and pull up those points here in just a second for anybody that might have missed them earlier. Just trying to find them right now for you. There we go. As those two battle it out nose to tail, here are your points. So King Mathers, he's having some trouble tonight. PTH the GOAT, he's been fast, not quite able to get up there. Combat Beast and then Commando Griff. Commando Griff came in 14 points behind King Mathers. Definitely having a great stage or two. He could be the points leader depending on where everybody else finished as the first two stages came to a close. Looks like we are back under caution. Not quite sure what happened. I'm going to kind of work our way through, see if I find somebody with some damage. So far, no real issue. I'm not quite sure what that caution was for. I think it might have had something to do with the 44 and maybe the 22. We'll have to see.
Right here, though, there's going to be a big strategy call for a lot of these guys. The 54 has a chance to get some track position here on pit road, with the only track position he has left to gain is that P1 spot. You know he's going to try to get it one way or another. Pit road would not be a bad idea to be a place to go after, especially if the game grants him a better pit stop, or if he finds a way to be able to beat him in or get maybe side by side with him here on the entry of pit road. Let's see.
Yeah, nope, looks like everybody's going to stay out. Nobody's even going to try to attempt that. You don't want to be too aggressive and try any games coming to that line. If you are a couple mile an hour over as you enter, immediate black flag. It's not like iRacing where you actually control your car all the way down pit road and you know what pit road speed is, and if you pass it, you're done. It's like it's a horrible penalty, especially with how fast most people are on that platform. But man, everybody pulling in for one more stop. I imagine everybody here, 4 tires, fill it up. Again, 1 tank gets you 36 laps. When we came down pit road, it was 99 laps to go. Long ways to go before we call this one official. 13's going to go ahead and beat everybody out of the pits. I believe that's going to be the 9 car Q-Dog. He's going to come out P number 2. And the 54 double Twix machine of KFB 18, he's going to bring it out P number 3. And Cole 315, the 11 of Cinepuse, 4 car PTH the GOAT, 98 of Master Killer, 15 of King Mathers, 0 of LXTX7 with the 10 to his outside. That's going to be about your top 8. Everybody all racked and stacked back up one more time. 9 car Q-Dog on the bottom. 13 has the preference of either down low or up high. and it looks like the 13 didn't go, and that stacked everybody up. So I'm pretty sure we saw the 13 come on out. So yeah, the 9 car had to go ahead and give that spot back because he took the lead too early. It looks like J-Pie has decided to go ahead and stack them up one more time for, well, what we normally see in NASCAR, a false restart. So we're gonna do it again, Expert.
And you're exactly right. This gives these guys another chance to try to stack them up. I'm going to be off mic for a second real quick. But, of course, keep it right here. Repeat's going to be bringing you the great action once again as these guys go on another restart here and try to finish this one out in stage number 3.
There we go. All right, so 13 of Commander Griff, 9 car Q-Dog, 1 car of Cole 315, 54 of KFB 18. That's going to be your top 4. 13 got the jump he needed this time. 1 car Cole hard into the outside wall. Great defensive driving by the 11 of Cinepuse. And it looks like we're going to bring it back this time under a normal caution. Ladies and gents, we're going to take one more quick little break. And I promise we will be right back. And we're going to try to wrap this all up.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
As always, anytime we take a quick little break, you don't miss a thing. We're going to work our way back up to our leaders right now. It should still be the 13, and we got a new car to the outside, 11 car of Cinepuse. First time he's up here, right along with the 15 of King Mathers. He's been trying to work his way through the field all night long. 13 of Commando Grip still in control, able to get a pretty great restart. 10 cars sitting there in P4, and we got the 9 car Cole 9 car of Q-Dog, again rocking that Plan B Sales Camaro. Again, guys and gals, go on over to planbsales.com. Order whatever diecast you want. When you get to checkout, type in VolsFan88 for free shipping. That's right, completely free. Not discounted, nothing like that. Completely free shipping, as well as a 3-inch Plan B Sales sticker, courtesy of our very own VolsFan88. Vols, Terry, thank you very much for all you do, not only here for NNR, but also in the United States Army, sir. We appreciate your service. We all know that you're stationed right now over in South Korea. Can't wait till you get back home, get back racing with us, full-time, part-time, whatever it is. But also, man, looking forward to hearing that voice of yours with all that brand new equipment that you purchased to call these NNR races over on the iRacing platform in June. Guys and gals, go on over. Again, VolsFan88, follow him on Twitter. Same thing for Expert Racing, at Expert Racing. And then, of course, me, at Repeat1975. 6 races to determine who your different series champions are. Last night, Bowling got it done in the trucks. Tonight, it's been all the 13 of Commander Griff. Still your current leader, the 11 of Cinepuse right on his backside. 15 of King Mathers rounding out your top 3. Big stack up behind them. Everybody trying to get through different braking points, different gas points. Some people trying to keep it as low as possible on that yellow line. Others allowing the car to wash up a little bit, diamonding out the corner, getting back in the throttle, get a great launch off. Different strategies, different setups, different everything. And man, but one thing that's not been different, it's been a great race, the same as we've seen all season long and here in this Xfinity series. By far the most the one series here in NNR with the most different winners. I think there's like 10 or 11 different winners on the season. But again, we're here at Phoenix tonight with the Xfinity guys. Tomorrow night, the Cup guys, they're going to take their turn. Next week, Watkins Glen, the one and only road course, part of this 6-race chase. And man, I can't wait to see which road course ringer is going to be able to go ahead and get it done. I can tell you on the truck side, the one and only NNR Swats has called that'll be his shot to get the W on the year. He missed the race there earlier in the season. He was ready to go, but missed the invite or didn't get an invite or whatever the issue was. So he ended up watching the race, or might have, I'm not sure, might have been calling it with me. It's definitely been a little while. We're going to keep on going through the field. There is that 10 of old tweeter sitting right there in P number 4, right ahead of that 9 car of Q-Dog. Let's actually go ahead and get up to that 13 car right now, and maybe take a lap or two around Phoenix with him. Let's see. Actually, got a little bit of a challenge. Nope. Thought might have had a little bit of a challenge for the lead, but guess not. We're actually going to go ahead and get on board with that 13 right now and follow him around Phoenix for a lap or two. See exactly where he's letting up, where he's able to get back on the throttle. When he comes back to the start stripe, go ahead and crank it up, everybody. We'll enjoy 2 very fast laps with the guy that's been most dominant tonight, the one and only Commando Griff. Going down the backstretch, getting into turns 3 and 4. Once he hits that stripe, again, crank it up. Here we go, ladies and gents. Turn it up. All right, 2 pretty quick laps with the 13. Saw a little bit of lag in the lobby, as always. Unfortunately, with these Heat 5 servers, Vol says, you know what? Let me go ahead and race the truck. And White Walker says he was watching Swats' practice and didn't hit anywhere near the numbers he was sitting. So, man, we'll have to see. Maybe a week of practice after the race is done here tonight. But man, this 13 is absolutely put on a clinic. Somebody said that he's got Bowling's setup. You know what? Bowling did help him, but one thing Bowling said about this setup and the difference between him and the driver of the 13, Commando Griff and Bowling have 2 very, very different driving styles. And will we see something towards the end of the race like what we saw last night, where Bowling said to Spoiled Milk, you know what, you go on ahead. I'll see you just a little bit later. Sure enough, the 26 Spoiled Milk had to pit with about 2 or 3 laps to go because his right front or his right rear was all used up. I can tell you right now, as I keep up with the 11 of Cinepuse for lap counts and fuel and all that, on his right rear, he's sitting at 46. His right front, 52. He's got 18 laps of fuel left in the tank. I can guarantee you that they won't make it all 18 laps of fuel. 78 laps to go. So if they did, they'd be pitting right around lap 60. I think they'll begin before that for 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods though. 8-car Combat Beast back here with the 44 of Baritone Boss. Combat Beast right now looks like he's sitting about P13 as the 11 of Cinepuse is up towards P4. Going to switch on over to that 8-car stream. Yeah, he is. He's riding around in P13. So what we normally see out of Combat Beast, not quite the case tonight. He's definitely going to lose a few points in this championship battle. All the way P13, last place points. That's not where you want to be as a chaser. Expert, I think I just heard you back.
Yes, sir. I'm back, and I'm looking at this battle back here in the back. Right here, the 0 and the 1 trying to get up here to the 9 and 10. All these guys back here near the back of this pack, and you could see them spread out. But you could see a lot of these battles, these two-car battles, they're either trying to push each other up to the next pack, or they're trying to get around if they think they have the run to be a little bit faster, as you see with the 1 getting below the 0 here a little bit. 0 is going to clear with that high side momentum a little bit, but that 1, of course, going to try his best to battle back. 0 gets at the wall. Here comes the 1 to the inside.
Yeah, 1 on the inside. LXTX7 is going to drop back 1, trying hard to get through the corner, and he absolutely powered his way through. It's not going to be able to carry it, though. He was just a little bit too high, and the 1 of Cole able to duck on down. Bud, you sound like you got some wind or something. Not sure if you got a fan on or what's going on. There we go. And now that is gone. But LXTX7 definitely keeping the pressure on the 1 of Cole 315 in that Oreo machine. Cole said earlier, if he gets close enough to somebody, he is going to reach out and hand somebody some Oreos. Not sure if he's talking about a crunch or what, as he comes on down and blocks the advance of the 0. Cole keeping the position that he wants. But man, definitely not uncontested. There's the 11 of Cinepuse now sitting at about P number 5. There you see the struggle for first and second. That's going to be the 13, I believe the 15, 54 of KFB 18, and the 4 car of PTH the GOAT. That's going to be your top 4. And man, what a top 4 it is.
And you talked about earlier about being uncontested. You know, that word kind of stuck with me, because there's one guy that's not going to let his points lead go uncontested. He's up there. He's battling with that 13. He's making his name known now here in this race, and it's something I've called him the guy that can close any race. If you haven't seen him, expect him to be there in the end. Call him the closer. Give him the Kevin Harvick treatment. Everything. Mr. 15 of King Mathers right here. Of course, being the points leader, he's also now in second place, and he's looking to try to get around this 13.
Yeah, 15 of King Mathers. He was he got caught up in a very, very early caution. All kinds of damage to that Camaro. Able to fix it up. Now absolutely pushing the 13 of Commando Griff to do what he can to take that lead. And now we got a new challenge to the inside of that 15. It's going to be the 54 of KFB 18. Back underneath the 15. A little bit of a slide job. 15 is going to have the crossover down through the dog leg, side by side for P2.
And don't look now, but right behind those guys as well, the 4 of PTH the GOAT, making his name known. And ain't it funny how we've seen about these 4 guys together all year? You know, I find that very coincidental. Not really. All these guys have been great all throughout the season. We've seen a great battle from all 4 of these guys when they've been together in the top 4. Iowa is the first place that comes to mind, shockingly enough. Another short track.
Yeah, 4-car PTH to go out of the outside. Buddy, I got all kinds of static on your side, man. I'm not sure if you're right in front of a fan or what, but it sounds like you're crumpling a paper bag on your mic. You sound fine when you're talking. It's just when you're done, it's kind of coming in. But 54 back up to P2, 15 King Mathers back to P3, 4-car PTH to go, still pressuring these guys, and here they come. I talked about the 11 of Cinepuse's tires earlier. 13's going to come on down. He's going to be the first one. 15 King Mathers, he's going to come on down. That just left the 18 and the 4 of PTH the GOAT outside. Let's see if this one lap fresher tire means any kind of a difference. They're on lap 134 of 200. So as they come across the start stripe, we're gonna be looking at just about 66 laps remaining here at the Duel in the Desert. 15 rocking around just a little bit, so he's getting his fuel, getting his tires. We're going to go ahead and catch back up with the, there's the 13, catch back up with the 4. Okay, so there's the 4 car. So he came down the very next lap. I don't see the 15 with him, so I'm going to guess the 15 stayed out for one more. I mentioned earlier, they get 38 laps to a tank on fuel, definitely not on tires. So you're going to want to come on down as early as possible, but we also saw that play out differently in the Truck Series last night. You want to try to wait as late as you can if you've pushed your tires through on any of these long green flag runs to know just how far you can go on that right front or that right rear. All right, 54 of KFB 18 now on pit road. Working our way back through 15 of King Mathers. Right now, he is out on track, but he is actually not the leader. Right now, the 1 car, Cole 315 in that Oreos Camaro, he is your leader, and it looks like him and the 9 of Q-Dog, both a couple of hashtag J-Pop Militia buddies riding towards their stall side by side. And once they come out, looks like the 44 Baritone Boss right now, he's going to be your leader. You see the 8 car of Combat Beast right behind him. Then I believe that's going to be the 22 of Yotes, not too far off of his bumper. These guys not yet pit. 44 Baritone Boss, he's going to go ahead and bring it on down, trying to keep as much speed as possible. Don't speed. Don't get that extra 15 seconds on pit road. That could absolutely kill your race. And as he does that, now it looks like it's going to be, I think it's going to be it's going to be the 11 of Cinepuse as your current leader. And the 8 car of Combat Beast, he's going to be coming on down pit road this time. It looks like his tires absolutely shot. 3 gallons of fuel left in his Hellman's Camaro. So that kind of gives us an idea as when the tires are done versus what's left in the tank. So we're going to keep on working our way through, and I'm going to switch on over to Cinepuse, our second onboard. Switch it away from the 8 since he's getting his service. Cinepuse has been down pit road, and with this all cycling back around, it looks like right now the 22 of Yotes King is actually your leader. Going to go ahead and find him. There's Yotes. He's addressing the commitment line as well. So one more time, as it cycles on back through, it's either going to bring us back to the 4, the 15, the 13, or possibly the 1 car of Cole 315 when it's all said and done. Man, these guys have done a phenomenal job. Looks like it's going to be the 13 of Commando Grip up in front of the 15 of King Mathers. Behind King Mathers, there you see the 4 car PTH, the GOAT. The GOAT's going to have the preferred line going in. If he can keep it down below the line, not get loose, 15's going to go ahead and let him go. Here comes the 54 KFB 18 on that high side, keeping right up with him. Now the 54, he's not doing that off a draft. They are on the lowest possible draft, and just keeping right here for when the time comes. Now, if I'm guessing that 13, he was in the booth last night. He knows what it means to manage your tires, manage the gap back to P2. So he doesn't have to push the entire time. Going into the corners, he can absolutely just let that car roll, much like we saw Bowling do late in the run last night. When they come through come across the start stripe this time, we'll go ahead and grab one more lap count, I should say. And it looks like 58 to go. So, 38, or actually we'll just say 35 and 35 is 70. So everybody should have to pit just one more time before being able to make it all the way. They were short on tires, not short on gas. When the 11 of Cinepuse came on down, the 8 car of Combat Beast came on down, he still had 3 laps left in the tank. Just did not have 3 laps left on those Goodyear Eagles. Expert buddy, that's not a problem whatsoever. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure that the audio sounds as as best as possible for everybody out there watching. Again, big thank you to everybody for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping us company. And oh, by the way, don't forget, there's a couple of gift cards on the table tonight. One by the series admin, old J-Pop, which we'll see him drive tomorrow night. He'll be piloting that 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang, trying to get his way to the front. But he said, if a hashtag J-Pop Militia team member wins, which right now the 13 of Commando Griff is one of those drivers, if he wins, somebody out there in chat, as long as you left any kind of a comment, you've got a chance at a $10 Amazon.com gift card. And also, Vols fan threw out a little bit of a challenge as well. He said, let me see, I'm trying to get back up. Vols, can you, the chat's up there. I don't want to lose sight of what's going on the track. Can you put what you said about the Plan B diecast, please? We're going to keep it going through the field. 10 Carve Old Tweeter looks like he is one that has lagged out. He had the speed going through stage 2. It looks like Old Tweeter's not going to be able to finish. I believe he was last in points. So it looks like more than likely that's where he's going to finish. Yep, I'll get you right now, J-Pop. 1 second. There you go, bud. All right, so Commando Griff, again, still leading. Pretty healthy gap over the 4-car PTH to GOAT. PTH to GOAT was back here before until something happened, and he had to pretty much serve a drive-through, but a caution that came out not too much later allowed him to go ahead and grab that lap back. As we see more on pit road. There's the 54 KFB 18, the 98 on Master Killer. This is not a scheduled stop. Those cars are not moving. Very unfortunate. Doing a little bit of a time check. What do you know? 10:15. There's the 1-car Colt 315. He's on pit road. 54 of KFB 18, been fast all night long. He's not going to be able to finish. So a couple of very fast cars absolutely robbed of everything. I'm going to guess that's the reason that J-Pa needed an invite back to the race. He probably got kicked as well. Very unfortunate. Man, I hate it for those guys. They were absolutely fast. Would have definitely been in contention for the win. Well, man, that absolutely sucks. Let's see. 13 Commando Griff, a little sideways going through. Going to try to catch back up. Yeah, there is the 4-car PTH to GOAT. He's catching up. There's the 15 of King Mathers sitting in P number 3. The field's just a little bit thinned out after we've got 3 or 4 cars sitting on pit road. Unfortunate, very unfortunate lag issues. I think that just said 48 laps to go, so we should see about another 10 to 15 laps before everybody starts coming on down pit road for that last set of Eagle Feel Goods. Fill it up one more time with that Sunoco E15 fuel. Get back out on track and finish this duel. Finish this middleweight fight, if you will. God, I hate these Heat 5 servers. Have I ever mentioned that to anybody? I tell you. Absolutely. 0 of LXTX7 all the way down on that inside wall. I'm not quite sure if that means he's going to be coming on down pit road or if he just got a little loose. I don't know. I think you mean Michael Buffer, if I'm not mistaken there, expert. Let's get ready to rumble! Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I think it was Michael, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Bruce does UFC. Michael, okay. All right, gotcha. All right, so look at this, ladies and gents. The challenge for the lead has come to possibly pass. We'll have to see. 13 of Commando Grip just got to try to keep that that Toyota, I should say, sealed to the bottom. And wherever he sees the 4-car PTH to go, try to slam that door shut and just hope that he doesn't get a trunk full of this Camaro right behind him. PTH the GOAT has been very, very fast on multiple short tracks. Here we are one more time. Phoenix International Raceway. He's going to have that outside line. Battle for the lead. 13 on the bottom. 4-car the GOAT up top. 13's going to go ahead and try to cut that dog leg. Gain a little bit of time. 13 should have the preferred line, but the 4 is also going to be able to diamond out the corner and really push that throttle coming off. 4-car keeping the 13 pinned down to the bottom. 13 not able to get back in the gas. They stay side by side. Going down the backstretch into 3 and 4. 4-car's going to try to outbrake the 13. 13 hard on the throttle. Coming back to the line. 4 all the way up at the line, at the wall. That Blue Monster holding them both in. Still side by side going through the dog leg. And one more time down this backstretch. Looks like the 4-car is going to be able to, for the first time, come on up past the 13. But we still have a pit road trip for everybody to take. So now all y'all out there in chat, 4-car PTH, the GOAT, has the lead. Can the 13, I want to know what y'all think. Can the 13 of Commando Grip get back up and challenge that 4 and keep the 4 from grabbing max points here for the win? We'll have to see. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Expert, if you want, you can just hit mute when you're not talking. That way, you're still able to call the rest of the race. Or if you're just uncomfortable with it, not a problem whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and grab a lap count for everybody else right now. Old Cinepu's going through turns 3 and 4, coming to the start stripe, and as he does, survey says 39 laps to go. So 39 laps, which means one more pit stop is probably going to take place here within the next 5 to 10 laps, depending on where they're all sitting. I can tell you right now, the 11 of Cinepu, he's coming down pit road right now. 39 laps to go, 36 left in, 36 is what you get in the tank. 39 laps to go. He's not going to be able to make it on tire. Never mind the fuel. So the 11 will have to make one more stop. Let's see who goes a few more past the 11 to make sure they're able to go the rest of the distance on one more set of tires. Obviously, we know that the 13 and the 4, they've been battling. They've probably got the most wear on their tires. There's the 15 of King Mathers, and as we talk about that, there is the 13 on pit road. I don't see the 4-car PTH, the GOAT, in front of him at all. So now I really got to wonder, can the 13 go the rest of the distance? Is he going to try to pull a bowling strategy from last night? Let the 4 just completely go flat out the rest of the way, and he'll try to hold on for 2 laps on very, very old, very worn, about to blow right side tires. We'll have to see. There is the 4 of PTH to GOAT. He's coming in on the subsequent lap. He's going to go ahead and pull into his pit stall. And as you see, there's the 13 of Commando Grip. He just pulled out of his pit stall. And we'll have to see exactly where these two come out as far as around each other. We're going to keep it right on us and see where he merges. Obviously, it's going to be a full 14 to 16 second stop. And here he is exiting the pits. Where is that 13?
In that 13, I'm looking for him right now, and it looks like he's going to he's actually going to end up behind him as the 4 exits off of 2. Here comes the 13 now exiting off of 2. About a half of that back straightaway separates between them. Hopefully, I hope the mic is better in this instance. So once again, sorry about the delay from before.
Not a problem, man. Actually, you are crystal clear. No interference whatsoever. No ceiling fans. No crackling. No nothing. You sound perfect. Yeah, Cole, man, it booted you as well as, like you said, 3 or 4 of you. I hate that happened. I can't stand these servers. Glad you're over on the iRacing side with a bunch of us. Don't quite have those problems over there. 34 laps to go here, Expert. The 4 cars got the lead. The 13 sitting back there in second. The 15 of King Mathers, he pit right with the 4, so I imagine he's not going to be too far off. But man, looking ahead from this 4 car right now, he is coming up on a gaggle of cars, at least 4, depending on when they catch the car in front of them. Man, this could be good for the 13, because the 4, he's going to have to navigate his way around, catching the 8 car of Combat Beast first.
And these guys, I mean, there's so much strategy that these guys got to keep in mind. A lot of these guys that are staying out these extra laps, you got to think they're going to try to pull the save game. They don't have to save as much as the guys that they are compared with. And the guys that pitted already, I don't think there's anywhere you're going to be able to save that much. I think the strategy for them is either stretch it out as far as you can, take 2 tires and just enough fuel, or split this run in half and take 4 more tires and be able to gap it that way. A big question for a lot of these guys to see what they can do. We're going to see the answer here, as I believe we're within now 30 laps this time by.
Yep, exactly 30 laps will be next time Cinepuse and all those guys get back to the start stripe. And man, Cole, I got to agree with you. You were bad fast on your return. Man, it was great to see you out there really dueling it up. I don't know how many people you handed a pack of Oreos to, like you said you were going to do during qualifying or the lag test. But man, great race tonight, Cole. Definitely you'll hold that head up high, you and a couple of others. So the 4 car, the 13 car, and a couple of others, they pit very, very early. Just like the 11 of Cinepuse. He pitted even a couple of laps before those guys. The 15, he came down with the 4. I would imagine that the 4 car is going to have to save a little bit. He's going to have to back down his pace. If he keeps on going full bore all the way around as he's catching up to the guy here in 9th place, the 11 of Cinepuse, if he doesn't back his pace down, he's going to burn out his right rear or his right front, and he's going to have to pit one more time. If some of the guys that he's lapping right now are able to come on down pit road here in the next lap or 2, if they've been saving the entire time, they're going to be able to go to the finish. All they needed, the last time Combat Beast went down, he had 3 laps left in the tank. If they're getting 36 laps of fuel, they've got to bring it down about lap 30 to 33 to be able to make it on the right front or the right rear. If any of these guys have been holding out just to stay on the lead lap to do that, and the 4, the 13, and the 15 have to pit, we're going to have a surprise winner. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting.
It certainly will be. And looking, there's so many guys that have the possibility to win now with the different strategies we've seen so far in this stage. Look at anybody to possibly be in victory lane, like you said. Right now, that 13 still going to be the guy that is looked at to try to get back up there to the lead. But of course, that 4, PGH the GOAT, who's the leader right now, I mean, he really is not looking like he's going to give up that lead anytime soon. So the strategy calls is going to be what wins it here for a lot of these guys. And if you think hey, the 4 is catching the 11, he's just going to lap them. It's off of pure pace. Any of these guys that you can see him catching, you got to realize they could also be saving to make sure they have enough tire to go to the end, because we know the 4 and the 13 both cannot go to the end as well.
Now, if they push, there's no way that they're going to the end. Again, I mean, it's gonna be damn close. It really will. 22 of Yotes, he's all over the back bumper. The 44 of Baritone Boss. These two have been around each other quite a bit. Same as the 8 car of Combat Beast. There's only 9 cars, I think, left on track, unfortunately, due to these crappy servers. Man, I really, really hate to see guys that have had such a great night get, the raw deal to keep it somewhat PG. So, man, again, I definitely I hate it for those guys on pit road. The 98 of Master Killer, the 1 car Cole 315. I saw the 54 of KFB 18. He's on pit road. I mean, it's just very, very unfortunate. So, Expert, do you think the 15 and the 13 kind of just sit back and really just manage their tire wear and allow the 4 to go? Or does the 4 cars say, you know what, I'm just going to manage my gap. I'll back it up until I see those guys coming. And maybe as they start getting closer and closer, they start pushing and, wear out their stuff. It's all about head games when it comes down to tire wear versus just raw speed.
You're exactly right. And looking at all these guys on track, it's really going to be, what are the guys around me doing? If you see guys in front of you backing off and guys behind you pushing, hey, it may be a good idea for you to back off as well. If they're saving and you're going to have to save, hey, go ahead and try to back off a little bit. Don't worry about the track position now, because it won't matter when you're passing them and able to make it to the starting stripe while they're having a pit. But it's also the contrary. If everybody's pushing and you're if everybody's saving and you think you pushing can gain you enough time, that might be the idea as well. So it's just a balancing act for these guys, and whatever their instincts tell them to do is probably what they're going to go with. That driver's intuition just seems to kick in at these moments in the race when you're not sure what the right call is.
For a few laps, I was keeping an eye on the 11 of Cinepuse, and we saw the 4 car of PTH the GOAT just kind of sitting back there, just riding, not really pushing. And I just caught back up with the 13 of Commando Grip. He's gotten a whole lot closer. So I think the 4 car is just kind of backing it down, saving what he could, kind of guesstimating on how much right rear or right front tire he would need in order to make it there. As soon as he saw the 13 get closer and closer and closer in that rear view, he hit the go button. He got around the 11 of Cinepuse. Now he's got the 11 right behind him, giving him a little bit of a push. And there you look back behind the 13, you of course see that brick red number 15 for King Mathers. Your first through third are, I'd say, within a football field's distance between each other. 4 car PTH the GOAT, though, man, he's trying to lock down win number 1 in this 6-race stretch going towards the championship. And man, he's doing a great job managing the gap. He's no longer just on the throttle, go, go, go all the time.
It's going to be a big strategy call for a lot of these guys. I mean, that's basically what it's going to come down to as, the lobby going crazy. Once again, the bumps causing a lot of trouble for us up here in the booth as these guys look to be going all over the place.
Yeah, 13 Commando Grip not going to take a chance. He was running down the 4, not going to be able to get there. So I imagine right here, Commando Grip not going to take any fuel. He's just going to take right side tires and come on out. He has to be able to get back up there and try to get back into contention as soon as possible. The man that has been so strong all race long, now on pit road, because the right rear, right front about ready to go, you got to wonder if that 4 car was feeling the same thing, and also if that 15 was going to have to come on down. 13 pulling into that number 1 pit stall. Again, he was your pole sitter. Still there. Car rocking around a little bit. It's about 7 seconds. He's on his way on back out. Now do we see the 4 or 14 come on down? 4 car right now, PTH the GOAT, sitting right behind the 9 of Q-Dog. Has the 11 of Cinefuse in his back pocket, going through 3 and 4. Back to the start stripe. I believe we're going to be sitting at, just about, let me see, at the line. Looks like we have, let's see, survey says, just about 12 laps remaining, give or take. The number was kind of faded out, but I know we're in the very, very low, very, very low double digits.
And I mean, right now the 13, he thinks he's sitting pretty. Of course, the guys that are trying to save a little bit think that they have a shot as well. I'm looking at the 44, who could possibly be a guy that might have saved enough. Maybe the 22 of Yotes King. The guys that came in later and still are just running at a consistent, not really trying to burn anything up style of a pace. These guys could be the ones that could be going to victory lane. It all depends on what that 13 and the 4 and the rest of those top guys decide as their strategy call.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting catching back up with that 13. He's either got a little bit of a lag issue right there, or just room instability. He crossed the start stripe that time. I believe there's now 10 laps to go. 4 car rather, sitting in P number 1. Again, PTH the GOAT. He just passed the 7th place car, so 6 cars now left on the lead lap. The GOAT still staying out. There we are, going down the backstretch, going through turns 1 and 2, about ready to head towards 3 and 4. He's passing on by the entrance to pit road. He's going to try to make it. There again, you see that brick red 15 of King Mathers. King Mathers, again, I don't believe he's come on down pit road. He came down pit road the same time as the 4, so he also is just taking care of his equipment rather than burning it off. The 11 came down pit road with 40 to go, and there you see the 11 Cinepuse. He backed it up. He's going to go on down pit road for his last stop, and man, it's just getting more and more interesting. Who's going to make it? Who can't make it?
And that's the big question. Like I said, I'm keeping my eye on the 22 of Yotes King and the 42 of Baritone Boss. Those are going to be the guys that I expect might be the closest to be able to do it. They're backing up the corners a lot. There could be other guys on track that we didn't notice, but those are the 2 guys I'm going to be keeping my eye on to possibly make that that extending and saving the tire run strategy kind of work.
Man, I tell you what, there's a lot of chat going on about the 9 Plan B Camaro for old Q-Dog, saying watch out for his strategy. Definitely taking care of his stuff. Doesn't really seem to be pushing it, diving it down through the dog leg. Not quite sure what position he's in. I'll try to grab that here as soon as I can. When the 11 comes back out on track, he's going to have about 14 laps of fuel. It looks like he took 4 tires to try to get it done, try to make up as much time as possible. Right now, he's still sitting in 9th. Combat Beast looks like he's sitting in 6th. So I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to his stream, see if he shows me any bit of this running order. But right now, the 9's still out there. Don't see where he's gone down pit road. And there goes that 11 on by the Hellman's Camaro of Combat Beast. 22 Yotes King, he's got all kinds of clear track in front of him. 44 Baritone Boss, he was going through. Here comes the 15, and there goes the 4 car as well. So the 2 leaders, 1st and 2nd, coming on down pit road. This will be interesting to see if the 13 on those 2 tires was able to gain enough time. Man, it's going to be or expert, what's the 9 doing?
Well, the 9, he's now going to be taking over the lead. He's still out on track. passing below the 0, coming to what I believe is 4 to go this time by these guys with only a few laps remaining. At this moment in time, that 9 could have just made the strategy call of the year to start his playoffs pretty much with a win if he can pull this strategy off as he exits turn number 4.
The 9, Plan B Sales Camaro for Q-Dog, the guy that led the series points just about all season long. Gonna try to come on in. Has he maintained his right rear and his right front enough to be able to go just a few more laps without popping? We talked about he might have switched on over, maybe changed his setup a little bit. He saw how fast his buddy, old Commando Griff, was in that 13. Was there a plan B for this Plan B Camaro? We'll have to see. As the 8 car of Combat Beast comes across the line, this is the last lap. He's just got to be able to make it all the way around, going down the backstretch. Expert, take us the rest of the way. It's Q-Dog.
Here into 3 and 4, that number 9 Plan B Sales. Vols, get your wallet ready, as off the corner, the 9 of Q-Dogs wins here at Phoenix.
Big congratulations to Mr. Q-Dog, to all of us tonight. Go ahead and grab a win very early in this playoff. He sent out a tweet saying he was playoff ready. He showed up, showed out, took the win. He wasn't the fastest all night, but you know what? It doesn't matter. He got that Plan B Sales Camaro to the point when it mattered most. He's got the win. He's gonna have some. Pretty great points coming in. When we talk to him here in post race, we'll have to find out where he finished in the stages. But P2 is going to be Yotes King, 44 Baritone Boss. P3 Combat Beast, 4th Commando Griff in 5th. King Mathers in 6th. PTH the Goat 7th. The Zero LXTX 7 in 8th. Cinepuse in 9th. And KFB 18 is going to round out your top 10. How about that top 3, Expert? Guys that we didn't talk about all race. They were in that big gaggle of cars that we were watching in a pack behind the guys that were running up front, just tearing their stuff up. Man, they called it right. They called it right.
You're exactly right, and I can't wait. These guys are already trying to get in here as we get ready for post-race interviews.
Yeah, guys and gals, we will be right back with our top 3. Please, by all means, keep it right here. Man, do I want to pick a guy for a die cast? Guy for a die cast. Going through chat, looking for a guy's name that sticks out the most. Guy that was very interactive all race long. Vols, I got to go with White Walker, buddy. I've got to go with White Walker. White Walker, please go to Twitter if you've got it. Follow at VolsFan88. Send him a DM or send him a friend's request right here on Facebook. The man's got something for you. Congratulations, White Walker. And again, man, thanks for coming out, hanging out, definitely chatting it up with everybody else. We appreciate you. Again, guys, we will be right back with post-race. Keep it right here. All right, guys and gals, again, all about 20 plus of you out there in chat. Definitely appreciate it. Frukennicht, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Welcome to the home for NNR. You just missed the Xfinity race, but make sure you keep notifications on. The NNR Cup guys are going to be right back at it about 8:30 tomorrow night, right here in the desert. Phoenix International Raceway. It's going to be one hell of a heavyweight fight in Valley of the Sun. So we are back here with P number 3, driver 44, Baritone Boss, hashtag JPA Militia member. Baritone, you, Yotes, and Q-Dog, he was kind of fast up inside the top 5 most of the race. He definitely had the strategy. We're going to talk to him here in just a little bit. But talk us through your strategy. When did you realize, or at what point in stage 3 did you realize where you had to back off to save a little bit of the tires to make it the rest of the way?
Well, to be honest, the fact that I got to the end of the race was a miracle in of itself. 10 minutes before my internet died because of a storm coming through, so I've been hotspotting the whole time. So going into that third stage, I was just hoping to finish. Didn't really have too much of a strategy, but after that, when we went green flag again, after the couple of cautions at the beginning, I realized that how the stages were coming out, if I could say just manage my pace a little bit, maybe not push it in the first couple of laps, the tires would take care of themselves. And sure enough, that's kind of what happened. I never really had to necessarily back off. It was just the tire wear with my setup was just working well around the racetrack, and I was pretty happy with my consistency. I think I was a little bit too tight at the end of the final run, and that's why I couldn't keep up with that 22. But overall, I mean, to be honest, I felt like the 13th fastest car out there, and to finish P3, I can't really complain.
Man, I'm going to go ahead and pull back up the points for the race before everything kicked off tonight. You are before stage 1, stage 2. You were sitting in 6th place, 18 points behind King Mathers. Obviously, finishing ahead of King Mathers. I think when it was all said and done, he ended up being a lap down right along with the 4 PTH to go. I mean, what a swing, right? In the last 2 or 3 laps, you go from 1st and 2nd to 7th or 8th or whatever it was. So this is absolutely going to be a great stepping stone going into this 6-race mini season for an NNR Xfinity Series championship. Where did you finish in the first 2 stages?
Like I said, the car wasn't really there. I think I finished 10th and maybe 9th or 8th for the second stage. It wasn't really there until the very end. So, yep. I mean, the stage points, yeah, it hurts on some of these guys, but I made a bit of that back up through the finish. But I got to work on the car for next week and get up there and run with them if I want to keep up.
Well, talking about next week, we go to Watkins Glen, the one and only road course in the 6-race playoff schedule. Are you a ringer, or are you going to be one of those guys that's got to practice all week long, getting ready for race number 2?
Well, I think I'm the last. I think the last time we went to a road course, I won, if I'm not mistaken. We might have done one after, but I feel pretty confident considering one of my wins has come on a road course this season. That's definitely a track where I think I can come out and run very well. I love that track, and I love turning right as well. So we'll go out there and get her done.
Well, yeah, I mean, you do have one win on the season, and if that came at the lefts and rights of Watkins Glen, well, man, I definitely wish you a whole lot of luck. I'll be looking forward to catching you out there. Any shout-outs for you, buddy?
Yeah, shout out to the boys, JPA Militia. Shout out Q. I know he's going to get his shout-outs in. Shout out JPA. Shout out you guys for putting on a good race. And, going to look forward to next week. Let's get it.
Congratulations one more time, buddy. Commando Griff, driver 44, P number 3. Oh, Mr. Expert. I think you got this guy that doesn't live too far from this place. Oh, Yotes King.
Oh, I definitely do. He joined us last week and now turns around and gets a P number 2 here in the desert of Phoenix. Yotes King, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing absolutely amazing, especially after the end of this one.
Well, I mean, you pulled off one heck of a strategy, and the first thing I want to ask, because we know it's my favorite phrase to either say fuel saving or tire saving. One of the two is definitely, it's my favorites in there. when was the idea that, hey, I can make it to the end? When did that come in to your mind saying, okay, if I save a little bit, I can definitely make this run?
Actually, with me not living very far from this track, man, I know how hot it gets out here. I know how hot that track surface gets, and I just decided to mess around with my tires. I found the right tires that allowed me to go around the track as fast as I wanted, but allowed me to save the tires till the end of my fuel run.
Well, it certainly worked for you. And then, of course, you're going to Watkins Glen next week. You're heading from a very technical intermediate / short track to now heading to a road course. How do you plan to make that transition into two different styles of racing?
I love road course racing, especially the Glen. I think that one you might see me up towards the top a bit. And I got a plan, if it does come down to it, saving fuel. I understand how to save the fuel. I'm actually going to switch to my sequential shifter, not my stick shift. So it'll be a little harder to save fuel, but I feel like I can get that one down.
Well, definitely good luck next week and great job for your performance tonight. Any shout-outs for you, man?
Shout out all the guys in the garage, J-Paw for having this Xfinity series, having it going, Coey, all the guys that made this possible, you guys especially. I mean, we wouldn't be anywhere without you two, so I appreciate you guys, just family and friends out here.
Well, definitely, and thank you for the shout-out, and once again, congratulations on the P2 tonight. And Pete, I don't know. I'm hearing some weird, old school type jam. I think somebody let the dogs out. I think you got an interview with Mr. Q Dogs, our winner.
I tell you, Q Dog. We talked to him a few times during the season as it was building up, the beginning of the season, middle of the season, and he'll admittedly tell you that his season started to fall off. King Mathers, PTH to go, and a few others really started to come on strong, pouring on all the pressure. But there was a tweet that was sent out a little bit earlier. It says it's a big game type of feeling for tonight. Let's get after it. The number 9 and the hashtag JPOW militia will be ready. Catch repeat 1975 at 9 p.m. on Twitch. So this was at what time was this? This was just about 6 o'clock this afternoon, if not a little bit earlier. No, that's actually when I liked it, retweeted it, and commented on it. So this goes back just a little bit. Q-Dog, buddy, back in victory lane. You've got one other win on the season. This is going to be win number 2 when it really matters. Congrats, man. Winning at Phoenix. First race in this 6-race chase schedule. You gotta be on cloud 9 right now. Ha, get it?
That was huge, Pete. It was a huge win, man. I lost my AirPods somewhere around this room here because I can't find them after I took my headset off. So I had to go scramble for another headset here for this interview. But man, that was huge, man. Whew. I needed that good start, man. It's been, like you said, it's been a tough couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks. And man, to get off a good start, man, especially going to a road course next week, I needed that good start, man.
Well, you were sitting P5 in points tonight, 16 behind King Mathers. You had PTH the GOAT, which finished behind you. Combat Beast, which finished behind you. And oh, by the way, Commando Griff finished behind you. You're going to make up some kind of points, not exactly quite sure where it's all going to fall, depending on where you finished in the first couple stages. You seem like you hung around the top 5 all night long, really getting it done in that Plan B Camaro. And oh, by the way, because you won, Vols fan put out there a while back, if you won, he was going to give a die cast away. So go to planbsales.com, promo code VolsFan88 for free shipping. And I believe it was White Walker, if any of y'all know him out there, White Walker 86, he's the recipient of that free diecast due to you winning. Tell us about your first couple stages, where you finished, and when did you know that your right side was going to hang on for those last couple laps when you saw the leaders pit?
Yeah, stage 1, got 3rd. Stage 2, I believe I was sixth or seventh, somewhere around there. Man, Griff was the class of the field, man. Without a doubt, Griff was the class of the field. I was just a tick off, and I could maintain in that top 5, but I had, if he was, if it wasn't for the tire save, and then a caution had came out, I think 5 or 6 laps into stage 3, and the whole militia was talking it over, and we pit there, and Griff didn't, and I was like, man, I hope that didn't mess him up there. And then we had that green flag. It showed that, man, we're going to be good to the end, and he wasn't. So it stinks for him, man, but at least it stayed within the family, and it's still a J-Pop militia win. Now,
I when the stage 3 flag came out, it really looked like you got shot out of a rocket. We were kind of just throwing it around, maybe Q-Dog had a plan B for his plan B Camaro. Did you talk to anybody in that, J-Pop militia? Did you talk to the 13 saying, Commando, man, you really look like you've got just a little bit of a niche over what I'm running. Can you give me some numbers? Did you reach out to anybody, or were you just all off of your own knowledge and your driving style and what you were feeling in that Camaro tonight?
We're all open book, man. We share information. Everybody knows pretty much what each other's running, but sometimes what you're running doesn't work for the other guy, and vice versa. And I went for comfort. I wasn't, I knew what Griff was running, but I didn't run it myself because I just, like I said, I wanted comfort. And that's what I stuck with, and didn't change much. But I was just trying to not be sliding off the corners and stuff, and I felt like on Griff stuff I was going to be, but hey, he drove a hell of a race. He stuck to it, and I just stuck with my stuff.
Now, sticking with your stuff, all right, to use those words, what exactly did your stuff say on the right side in those closing laps?
Oh, she was red. She was red, Pete. She was red, Pete. I had to turn off I turned off the tire gauge and all that. I turned everything off, man. I know she was red.
Well, man, big congrats getting it done. First race of the 6 race chase belongs to the one and only Q-Dog. P1, congrats, man. Looking forward to the Glen. You ready for that?
Yeah. I'm going to need a lot of work on that one. Probably lean on Baritone and Cole. They're the road course wrangler of the J-Pop militia, so I'll lean on them, and we'll get to work and just keep the momentum going.
Man, you got it done tonight. Congratulations. I know the J-Pop. You don't even have to say hashtag J-Pop militia for J-Pop, Cole, Baritone, Master Killer, whomever else, or Commando Griff. Any shout outs for tonight, sir?
Yeah, shout out to the guys, like you said, Cole, Master Killer, Griff, Baritone. Even though they didn't race tonight, Bills, Cheese, you got J-Paw. Shout out to you guys, man. Also shout out to the guys that showed up tonight, man. It's tough when you get leagues and guys don't make the playoffs and the field dwindles down. And, shout out to the guys for sticking through it. And let's keep it going. 5 more to go.
Man, congrats one more time. Winner of tonight's race, Phoenix, land of the, Valley of the Sun, I believe it is. Good job, man. All right, so, Expert, any final comments? Any last-minute concerns? What are you looking forward to for next week when we turn left and right in upstate New York? And what you think about the race?
Well, I thought the race was great. Of course, providing a great mix of strategy and speed all day today. It was really fun to be able to sit here and watch, and it's always an honor to be up here in the booth. I can't wait for tomorrow. Those Cup guys are going to tear it up as well. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch them try to tackle this track as well for our heavyweight main event, as you've been referencing all weekend. But these guys, they are going to switch from a short track to a road course next week. It's going to be a lot of fun to see, and I can't wait to see how these guys do. I love watching these road course races, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, can't wait to get it started.
Man, I can't either. Definitely big thank you to everybody that came out, hung out, chatted up, and kept us company. Congratulations to White Walker, and I know there was, I'm looking for his name up in the chat just a little bit. Won the $10 Amazon.com gift card from the one and only J-Pa. I believe it was Treeway. Yeah, there we go. Treeway won that Amazon card. Guys, we're going to go ahead and pay this chat forward if you don't mind. Y'all saw her about, what was it, last week on the Experts of Racing podcast. She's the Legends driver for the NASCAR, what you call it, what is it? It's kind of a get up to speed kind of series for NASCAR. Kind of an introduction to it. It's the actual term is eluding me right now, and I apologize. But guys, we're gonna
Legends cars.
It's the Legends cars, but it's the
NASCAR's Drive for Diversity.
There you go, Drive for Diversity. And man, she's actually driving at number 4, so just as strong as PTH the GOAT was tonight. We're gonna bring it on over to old Lacey Cool, driver of the 4 Legends car on that NASCAR circuit. Again, guys, definitely appreciate you. Come on out tomorrow night, again, about 8:30 when those NNR Cup guys go for their slobber knocker, to use a word lightly, right back here under the sun in Phoenix. Look forward to catching y'all then. Let's go ahead and set this raid right now and, see exactly what she's up to. Stand by. Got about 7 seconds left before we can all go ahead and get loaded in. Let's all shout out at once. Raid! Raiding now. Come on up. Come on. There we go. Lacey Cool. Come on. Bring me your stream. Let's go. Big old capital letters. R. Oh, no. I said capital letters, Pete. R-A-I-D. There we go, guys. So, y'all enjoy your night. We will catch you tomorrow night. Thank you one more time, everybody. We'll see you somewhere around the track.